Deep inside the Cheyenne Mountain Complex in Colorado, the NORAD headquarters operates on a constant state of high alert. At 11:47 p.m., radar systems register an anomaly, an unidentified aircraft materializing over the Pacific Ocean, accelerating on a trajectory toward the continental United States at impossible speeds. In a standard threat response, military commanders scramble F-16 fighter jets to attempt an intercept of the incoming target. But the personnel in this command center know exactly what is on their screens. They have tracked this precise signature every year on the same date for the past 69 years, and they have never once completed a successful intercept. The object they are hunting has no collision avoidance system, 0 ADS-B transponders, and lacks aerodynamic wings. Its design predates modern aviation by about 18 centuries. We have to ask how a relic devoid of standard aeronautical engineering has remained the fastest, most elusive, unidentified flying object in human history. The aircraft in question bears the registration number Juliet Alpha 001. It's a heavily modified slate-class vehicle manufactured at a localized, undisclosed workshop operated by Elf Industries. Without wings, traditional lift is out of the question. Instead, this sled-like craft cuts through the atmosphere at supersonic speeds using highly classified, undisclosed propulsion mechanisms. This schematic shows the structural constraints, featuring a maximum takeoff weight of 75,000 pounds. Yet, the mission requires housing 2.8 billion packages. Mapping those data points forces the center of gravity far outside the physical hull. Packing that mass into such a small footprint completely shatters known laws of weight distribution. It transforms a simple cargo run into a continuous, flying physics violation. To overcome this extreme mass, the aircraft relies on a specialized power plant, an array of 9 independent reindeer-class biological engines. Operating in perfect tandem, each biological unit outputs a staggering 2,500 deer power of thrust. This thermodynamic cycle chart reveals the volatile fuel matrix, a direct conversion of cookies and milk into raw kinetic energy. They burn 2.4 cookies per landing and 250 milliliters of milk per takeoff, emptying the tiny fuel capacity gauge almost instantly. Because the airframe lacks the internal volume to store global reserves, the entire operation survives on a continuous chain of mid-air refuelings at millions of civilian homes. The navigation systems are just as primitive. The primary avionics suite consists of a single forward-mounted bioluminescent navigational beacon operating in the red spectrum. That intense red light offers a visible range of just 15 nautical miles, serving as the sole substitute for a complete lack of modern radar. At the helm of this heavy, uninstrumented payload is Captain Santa Claus. He holds no medical clearance, no instrument rating, and no recognized pilot's license. What he does have is an unmatched historical precedent. He piloted a flying object 1,700 years before the Wright brothers ever reached Kitty Hawk. 18 centuries of raw, uninterrupted flight experience completely offsets the glaring lack of modern instrumentation. The route parameters are absolutely unforgiving. The goal is to cross into every time zone and successfully complete deliveries to the target demographic before midnight, local time. The margin for error is 0. Out of an estimated 2.8 billion packages, if even a single delivery is missed, the entire operation is a structural failure. Managing this logistical nightmare from mission control falls entirely on Director Mrs. Claus, whose precise routing is the only thing keeping the schedule intact. Despite ignoring nearly every established rule of modern aerospace regulation, Juliet Alpha 001 has never been involved in a single reported collision. The airframe, the fuel economy, and the pilot defy every logical engineering principle we have. Yet, the NORAD anomaly proves that the most flawless flight operations in history sometimes rely on a little bit of magic.